Rob Warren, Learning AMA. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to become a musical theatre performer. Now, before I did any research into this industry, personally, I'll be honest, I didn't know anything at all. But luckily, after I did a bit of research, I've found many different intricate details within the industry that I feel that could help me maybe improve my skills and help me get into more productions. So, as you can see here are a few musical productions that I've had the privilege of seeing and actually taking part in. So of them I played Mary Sunshine in Chicago, and A Sailor in Anything Goes, and Jean Valjean in Les Mis. And I just want to go back, first of all. Before I start talking about all the details in the industry, I want to talk about how I first got inspired to go into the industry. Okay. So firstly, my inspiration. Now, you may recognise this gentleman. This man, of course, played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. However, I didn't know it was this. As I was a child, when I was growing up, I fell in love with the Batman Arkham game series. And this man here actually played the voice of Joker in these games. And when I first heard this voice, I was immediately just mesmerised. And I just thought that he did such a good job in portraying the character and just having these little minuscule details that really it inspired me to try and get around the house and do voices myself. And that really started off my love for performing, originally just with my voice. And then of course this then led me to Snack Gentleman. You may recognise him, of course. It's the Jim Carrey. And the reason why Jim Carrey inspired me as well so much is because he not only could portray different characters with his voice, but also could portray these different characters with his physicality. And as you can see, there's more vibrant characters like the Mask and of course the Riddler, and even some vocal, some spoken characters in A Christmas Carol, as he played Scrooge. But as I saw him portraying all these different characters, it really inspired me to try and not only use my voice to portray these characters, but also try and use my entire physicality as well. And this then, of course, led me to my hero. Now, you'll immediately recognise this gentleman, of course, being Hugh Jackman. And the reason why Hugh Jackman inspired me to get where I am today is because he not only could portray all these different characters and use his voice to do different accents and things, but he also would be classed as a triple threat performer. And the reason for this is because Hugh Jackman is very skilled in all of the art forms of dancing, acting, and then of course singing. And that really inspired me to try and not only use my physicality to try and portray these characters, but also try and improve other aspects of the musical industry to try and get to a level in which Hugh Jackman is right now. So, acting in the musical theatre. Acting, it requires quite a lot, and it is the focal point in the musical theatre as it is used to further narrative, and of course it's needed throughout to fulfil characterisation. And when you're watching any musical performance, of course the characters are what you're immediately drawn to, and you immediately watch the performance and you just see all the minuscule details that these characters have, and it really engulfs the audience with the character. As well as this, singing. Singing in the musical theatre. So singing, acting and dancing all really intertwine within the musical industry. And when you're singing, not only do you have to, of course, focus on singing well, but you have to also use your character that you've learned whilst acting to project that character within your voice as you're singing. And as you're singing, of course, you need to make sure that you project your voice so that not only the audience can hear they can also feel the power and the passion that you have when you're singing. As well as this, you need to make sure that you create emotion for your voice, as different songs require different tones when you're singing them. Two examples of this is, of course, the opera singer Alfie Boe, as you're seeing Bring Me Home. He uses quite a soft and soothing tone, as he, he's praying, and he just wants to make sure that the character Marius is going to come out well. So that is an example of the power created when he's singing these high notes, and it's really as you watch it, because I've been to see the production of this. I didn't get to watch Alfie Boe in production. However, the person I watched again created a lot of emotion for his voice as he's singing high, and it really tugged on heartstrings really. And then, of course, to contrast this, there's some the same opera singer Alfie Boe using sharp and fast-paced images to show his anger and his urgency. Because at this point, he's a bit confused of what he's done. And so, yeah.
My hands, the sword of my hand, become a seed in the night, become a dog on the run, and have I fallen so far, that is the hour so late, that nothing remains but the crime I hate, the cries in the dark that nobody hears, here I stand at the turning of the years. The curtain of all days to go, I was 21 years ago.
So that's just a few examples of how the same gentleman uses his voice to present different emotions and different parts of the show. Now moving on, dancing in the musical theatre. Now again, as I said before, all three of the art forms interlock. So you have to make sure whilst you're dancing, you again portray your character as you're dancing, and you have to also make sure that you have a lot of energy when you're dancing, and you have to make sure that you learn your choreography efficiently. As to when you're maybe in an ensemble number and you have to dance, everyone who's dancing, if you're not in time or if you're getting moved wrong, then that will immediately be noticeable, and it may draw the audience's attention and would stop them from enjoying the show. Personally, out of all three of these art forms, I would say that dancing is my least confident trait, as I feel that sometimes I do have two left feet, and I just need to try and make sure that I learn the choreography more efficiently and that I stay in time with the song. Okay, so requirements in the industry. When you're trying to get into the musical industry, a few very important parts is, of course, firstly, diet. Now, I'll be honest, when I first saw that diet was a big part, I was very worried, because I thought they would not be able to eat your favourite foods. But luckily, I found out that this is not true at all. And thankfully for me, all that matters is balance in consumption. And so, this means that when you're eating, you have to make sure that you eat the right amount, obviously. And if you overconsume, you'll, of course, gain weight. And this could affect all aspects of the, your performance. As you're dancing, you'll get more out of breath quicker. And then this then makes it so that when you're singing, you won't be as powerful or project as more because you're out of breath. And so it's just good to keep a healthy diet and make sure that you stay within the limits. And as well as this, make sure that you have a balanced diet. Here you can see, the average balanced diet. So all you have to do is make sure that you have a meal every day with the same sort of proportions as this, and you consume the right amount so that you don't gain weight. Now next, another requirement, a big requirement in the industry is again, it's passion and manners. And the reason for this is The reason why MAD is very important in the industry is because we actually had an interview with Abigail Sweeney, who was an ex-MAD student. I'll talk about her later on, but she actually told us a story where one of her friends was on a train and she'd been rather impolite to the passengers. And one of these passengers actually turned out to be a teacher at the MAD college that she was trying to get into. And unfortunately, this caused Abigail's friend to not actually make it into the college that she tried to audition for. So not only is MAD just nice in general, but it also helps, and it just shows that you can get into the industry by using this. And again, of course, passion is very important. As I feel that some people try and get into the musical industry with the wrong mindset. I feel that they try and get in, and all they really are focused on or consumed with is the idea of making money or getting fame. And I feel that that is a wrong mindset as you're trying to get in. As personally, I feel that honestly I do shows for free because it's just fantastic, really. And so you just need to make sure that when you're doing a show, you just love every aspect when you're doing it. Now, a few ways to get into the industry. The first way is, as I spoke about earlier, MAD, Midlands Academy of Drama and Dance. Now, MAD is very local. It's based in Nottingham, and you can take a diploma at MAD, and it lasts for 3 years, and the cost is £27,600. Now, this may look like quite a lot, and good Lord, do I not have the money? But out of the other ones, this one, because it's so close, and it's compared to the ones, is a reasonable price. I would say that this one is a very good choice. And as I spoke about earlier, ex-MAD student Abigail Sweeney, we had an interview with her, and she told us all the ins and outs about MAD. She told us that although it seemed amazing, she did say it was very strict. As she said that one day she came into the college quite late, or maybe like 5 minutes late, and they actually turned her away, and they said that she couldn't come in for that day. As well as this, she had to bring her own bag full of various clothes, ballet shoes, dancing shoes, all the shoes, really. And she came in and, of course, was prepared after that. And she also said, which really stuck with me, that when she was in the college, that everyone felt like a family, and they all felt close. And personally to me, I feel that that is a very important part when we try and go into the industry, as everyone is looking out for each other, and everyone's making sure that, they're helping each other get to the place where they want to be. Okay, so secondly, Mountain. Now this one is based in London, and there are 32 places available each year. You have 2 terms, and you receive 30 to 36 hours every week for both those 2 terms. Unfortunately, it is quite a lot of money though. The audition fee for Mountain is £45 to get in. Even if you don't get a placement in there, you still have to pay that in order to just audition. And then as well as this, every year is £10,150, with an added £250 for equipment. And that doesn't include as well accommodation, as it is in London, so you're going to have to find somewhere to live and the transport to get there as well. So overall it would be very expensive in order to go to Man U. And then lastly there's Teesside University. Now Teesside prides themselves in teaching triple threat performance, and personally for me I would love to try and build my skills in order to, as I said earlier, try and become good at each single part of the musical theatre world. And the course lasts for over 2 years, and the total cost is £6,150 per year. You need a range of level 3 qualifications such as MBQ, BTEC and A-level, and you can apply online through UCAS. The application though is full-time placement, which I feel would be important because I wouldn't want to do part-time anyway, but I feel that this is, again, a very good option. However, the distance is quite far away because it is in Millborough, this one. So out of the 3 colleges, I would personally, as I said before, choose MAD as really just the idea that everyone's in it for each other, and everyone really just wants to be there rather than maybe trying to get there for their self-gain or whatever. Finally, this is my bibliography, so if you want to look at anything that I've talked about today, then just give them a look. And any questions?